Brent's wife and I are getting up at 11.
I know that the chairman is multitasking. Why don't we, Commissioner Dennis, since you're ranking commissioner, why don't you, if you want to manage the meeting until the vice chair gets here?
Oh, there he is.
Very good. Well, good morning, Mr. Manager and all staff and both commissioners. And welcome everyone to this agenda review, and I'll turn it over to our county manager.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is the agenda review for March 22nd. And Nicole will start us off with any county announcement, and we'll proceed through the agenda.
Good morning, sir and commissioners. I will talk about the Fire District 1 April burn ban that starts on April 1st and goes through the entire month. Communications has been doing a celebration of our developmental disabilities organization and folks this month. And so we have a video to show you about that. And then I have some good news from IT that I will have. That's all I have.
Very good. Nicole, before we go on, I think it's great the way we start the meetings, but at the meeting on Wednesday, the awards that were being recognized for our EMS. I don't think any of the commissioners really knew what that our EMS had done, and we didn't really learn about it until yesterday when the award was handed out. And it would have been nice if we'd have had a little bit more detail of what that award was, because a gentleman had gotten working on an electrical panel, and I don't know if you all knew what the story was, but he'd been working on it for some time, and unbeknownst to him, somebody had turned the power back onto that, and he got thousands of volts through him, and he was not breathing, and his heart wasn't beating when EMS got there, and they shocked him back to life, and he's been about 6 months recuperating, but he's back out of the hospital now after 6 months, and he's able to go back to work. But those are good news stories, and none of us could really tell how important that award was, because we didn't know about it. So it'd be just kind of give us a little heads up so that we can tell them how proud we are of that meeting.
Yes, sir.
Just a comment.
Yep, happy to do that. That's a good point.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Commissioner. We're trying something new here, so but I think we'll make a point to maybe give a little bit more background on why we're there. That's a good point. We'll make that change in the future. We have a series of appointments on the agenda, and we will be striking off letter H from the agenda. Shelley wants to delay that one, so that'll come back in the future. And then we just have a few new business items. I think Scott, is he here? See him on the Zoom. Scott Wadle is going to come in on the first new business item and talk about an amendment regarding home occupation daycares. This is basically an action that the city took late last year, and the amendment lines us up more consistently with the state. So I know he will give a thorough review during the agenda time or during the actual meeting to go over that. Item J is something we have talked with you all about a couple of times. It's an appointment for our new county engineer. There is the commission is unanimous on this selection. We have one technical piece we have to go through with KDOT yet, and we are working on that now, but it's our intention to on this new business item to announce publicly the new county engineer. And then there's an accompanying his fiscal package is in consent. So we will actually cover this on new business, and then there'll be another item on consent to cover. So item K, I want Tim to talk just a little bit about. It's the MOU. We've also discussed with you publicly regarding an agreement between KDADS and the county on moving forward with the state psychiatric hospital located here locally. So Tim, you want to?
Commissioners, this is the first of what I think will probably be 3 or maybe more different agreements, but this one lays out who is responsible for what with regard to the development of a state hospital here in South Central Kansas. It defines what the county's responsibility is in terms of we'll do the construction, but it's based on funding. KDADS funds it, we construct it, we turn it back over to them, and then they operate it. And that's laid out in that MOU. And then we'll have later on some funding agreements, I'm sure, that we'll talk about the different funding sources, but this is the first step, and hopefully it's the one that will allow us then to get some money flowing so that we can get the architectural work done, those early steps in the process. But this is the first of multiple documents that you'll see regarding this.
Tim, do we know when they're going to announce Spark grants? And I've been hearing it should be this week for a long time.
Application deadline is today, I believe.
Okay.
And so they'll process, I'm guessing within 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have an award there, but we may be able to access the money that's in their budget earlier than that Sparks money. So
Thank you.
Apologies for the interruption. Just wanted to let you know that we are having technical difficulties with Facebook and YouTube. So we are recording this and we will upload it later for the public. Apologies about that.
And then the only other new business item was Board of Business contracts. The consent item list is also fairly short. We have a right of way that we were acquiring for a county drainage project along Webb Road between 111th and 119th South. It's a cost of $11,000. Item N is basically a renewal of the City of Wichita Housing First Agreement. Total cost for the 23 contract funding is $191,368, along with a housing specialist expenditure of just a little bit above $59,000. Term runs from 1/1/23 to 12/31. And that's been going on since 2006. So item O is an amendment on adult detention, nutrition and food, commissary agreement management. Sheriff will be available on Wednesday if there's questions about that. And then item P is the salary exception request for the county engineer that we talked about. And then the rest of the items are mundane county business and clarifications. So we do have a fire agenda also for that we'll be talking about the FEMA grant that you all have been briefed about. Will be item A of new business. And then item B is Justin will cover the new amendment to the resolution naming, and so we can move forward with implementing the steering council for the fire board or the fire department. That's 2 new business items on our agenda. Any questions or any additions, subtractions, modifications?
Mr. Meister, you have any questions? Okay, Mr. Beatty.
We're good to go.
Very good.
That's all we have, sir.
We go to work.
All right.
Good weekend. Everybody happy St. Patty's.